City's longest-serving player is Tigers captain Ian Ashbee. As a highly regarded combative midfielder, he's been one of the first names on the team sheet under 4 different managers and in 4 different divisions. It is a fantastic achievement for any player, and for a captain, we think it's actually unique. I caught up with Ash during the photo shoot for City magazine in the home changing room of the KC Stadium. Ash, you joined the club in 2002, July 2002, signed by Jan Molby from Cambridge United. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams, A, you'd spend so long at one club, which is quite a rarity nowadays, and B, that would be where we are now?
No, I didn't think we'd, honestly, I don't think anyone could have said that at the time. I knew the club had potential, obviously, with moving into the new stadium, and Adam Pearson, who was the chairman then behind the club, so, and even more so when Peter Taylor came, you know, I think Jan Molby got only 11 games, I think it was maybe 11, 12 games, and I'm not sure that's long enough, but that's football for you, it's a cutthroat business, and but when Peter Taylor came in, you know, I knew he was going to kind of go on to bigger and better things, and luckily enough it did. But I've, as you said, I've been here a long time. To do a 6-7 year stint so far at football clubs, it's a massive achievement, especially in today's game. It's not heard of really anymore. So you know, it's another thing I'm proud of really.
How does it feel personally, Ash, to have been made captain by all of the City managers since you joined the club?
Something I'm proud, and each year it's been made that, you know, maybe you're not going to be captain for this season, and you know, I understand what happens, and you know, sometimes you might not be, but it's not something that it's something I'm proud of. But you know, if I wasn't captain one year and somebody else was, or the gaffer chose to choose somebody else, then I'd still get on my job the way I do now, and you know, that's just part of football. But to do it every year so far, and under 3-4 managers, then you know, I'm proud of that honour really, and it's a massive football club to be a captain of, and you know, as its ups and downs being captain, but you know, you accept that when you take on the armband. I try and lead by example, obviously. I try and do things the right way if I possibly can, and don't get me wrong, I'm no angel, and I'll make mistakes, and I'll still make mistakes, but you know, that's part and parcel of me and part and parcel of football, I'm afraid. But it's something I'm really proud of, and long may it continue, unless the gaffer gives me the chop.
Ash, let's talk about the red mist. We've talked about this in interviews before. It hasn't descended for quite a while, to be fair, has it?
No. I think it's something I've been trying to work on for 32 years. So, no, it's, you know, I got sent off against Charlton last year and early on in the season, and so far I've been okay. I've come off a ban just happened, but I think even the manager and even Brian Orton might back me up on some of the yellow cards that I've received so far. I think they've been a lot harsh, or a tad harsh, to be honest with you. We've sat down and had a look at them, and I've been dealt with a little bit harshly really, but you know, that's part and parcel, and I understand that, and I've served my ban now, so. I don't know what these yellow cards were for, maybe, you know, I think if we have them for dissent, then I think the gaffer and Nobby and Parky have got every right to come down on us, you know, like a ton of bricks, to be fair, because you know, we're trying to work on that side of the game, as everybody knows. So maybe if he's gone for dissent, then you can understand why. But the gaffer, you know, it was takes it into his own hands, has a look at all the bookings individually, and you know, assists them from there. And you know, because referees make mistakes, not many, but they make mistakes, don't they? So he looks at them, and if he thinks they're harsh, then you know, he knows that that's part and parcel of football, and we've got to get on with it.
Ash, tell us about your goals. They always seem to be quite spectacular. I mean, the Yeovil one is the one that stands out probably more than most, you know, when we won promotion, but yeah, there aren't that many, are there?
No, there's not that many, but the one that sticks out in my mind was the Torquay one away.
Yeah.
It was an unbelievable strike, to be fair, back in the old third division. I think I'd only been here a couple of months, and it just one come out to me about 35 yards, and I remember John Anderson, who's a close friend of mine now, saying no, as long as he can see me lining up, and I just hit it and went straight in the top corner. But I've scored some important ones, yeah, and usually they're one of them ones that kind of either a lash from the edge of the box, or you know, the Crystal Palace header last year was a good header for me, and I enjoyed that goal. So I should always, you know, a lot of managers have said I should get on the score sheet more, and probably you know, they are right. But we sat down at the start of the season, and we had how many goals that we'd like to score from midfield as a unit, really, because that's what we're trying to do as a unit. So we're having Gio's goals this year. He's not a forward, he's a midfielder, so we're going to take his. But yeah, personally, I should probably score more goals or even have more attempts. But you know, I'm still working in the right way to stop goals going in. So if people can go and get the goals, then we're doing a good job for the team, really. And that's what I feel like I do more, a job for the team as opposed to maybe getting goals.
Tell us a bit about the management team and indeed the backroom team. I'm thinking of the manager, the assistant manager, the first team coach, and a certain member of the fitness team. Sean Rush is a bit of a character as well, isn't he?
The gaffer's pulled Nobby in, obviously, you know, a couple of years back now, and he's got a lot of experience and as Parky, so it's working well. They get on very well. Everyone kind of knows their role in the team, because that's what it is. It's a big team, but it's like people down the training ground like Sally and Bronwyn and Phil and the people who make the food for us. You know, the boys come in and ask for tea and toast, and it's there within, you know, a split second, and you know, they look after us and keep everything going. Really, and the boys appreciate it. You know, I know the boys really appreciate everything that everybody does, because it's not. I mean, we were out there on a Saturday, obviously, but there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes and stuff, and there's people in the offices over here that, you know, they're trying with heaven and earth to make sure that boys are in hotels, and, you know, even more so now that everyone's, you know, we've got a big amount of boys on international duties, so they need to be getting flights back and staying in hotels so we can meet them in certain places of the country. So it's a massive team around everyone, and sometimes, you know, maybe only the players and the gaffer and the staff get the plaudits, but, you know, everyone needs a pat on the back, really, because it's a team effort, and, you know, I know for a fact the boys really appreciate it all.
Come the end of the season, Ash, survival will still be all that counts, won't it?
Yeah, I think first and foremost that's what our aim was when we first came into the division. We've given ourselves a good start, so, you know, we'll wait till we get to the points tally that we think that's the right amount to be safe in the Premier League. Then we maybe reassess our situation and reassess the season. But, you know, coming into the season, you know, I think if we're still in the Premiership, everyone's happy around Hull, and you know, we can move on and look forward to another season in the Premier League.
I was going to say that come that points tally that you feel that you need, then you can relax and enjoy it. But I guess it's got to be massively enjoyable, full stop.
Yeah, of course it is. I enjoy football, you know, week in, week out. If you know, you win and you lose. I've always maintained that, you know, when you beat the Arsenals away, don't get too carried away, and when you lose to Bolton at home, don't get too down about it, because you know, a week in football's a long time, and things change. So you know, it's good.
Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much, Alex.